Really great day today for us. I was really fired up about this game. Um, for a lot of reasons, they're a really good opponent and all of that, division opponent, all of that stuff. But the way we entered this game, if you take a look at our inactive list today, you see all the guys that couldn't play and guys that had to step up and fill in, and play first-class football, and then the guys did it and came through in such a big way. Yeah, it was just, I was inspired by it. Inspired by their toughness and by their guts, and really just the way they handled it throughout the whole week. They just stepped up and never even batted an eye about it. So DJ Dallas scoring twice today, that's so sweet. We had one running back really. Homer just sucked it up and got out there in case we needed him in an emergency, and was there for us for a few plays. Did a great job. You know, that's a lot of burden for one kid, and he did great today. I would say this, the thing I liked probably best about the game is the defensive play. Up until like the fourth quarter, they had 112 yards or something like that, and run past all the whole thing. We really played really good ball today. Kenny called a great game. Guys played great. Bobby Wagner was just everywhere on the field. As well as a bunch of other guys that played well. So it was really important, and we did our whole fourth quarter thing again and gave them, I don't know, a couple hundred yards in the fourth quarter or whatever. We're getting there, and we're gonna keep getting better. And I know I keep saying it to you, but it's because it's gonna happen. And this week will be cool to see a couple new guys step back in, and it'll be fun to see that. Russell played terrific today. He knew, how this game was going to go. We're going to throw the ball quick and a lot of short stuff and all that, and you have to work it. He did a great job throughout the day. And again, who's the receiver that gets all the stuff? This week it was DK. What a fantastic game he played. Just so tough and so physical. And there's a dominant player out there today with a couple touchdowns and big plays, one right after another. Third down was really good for us today on offense, 9 for 14. Red zone was great. Running the clock out at the end of the game, those are just such good things to be able to do, and gives us a chance to be a really good club. So really fired up to be 6-1, coming back after a loss and coming back and finding good football. We're this much from being, from having them all right now. So we know that, and we just got to keep getting better. So really excited about the day.
John Boyle.
Yeah, Coach, you talked about Bobby's play a little bit there, but the way he was pretty harsh on the defense when he talked Sunday, just the way he and that whole unit stepped up. What went into that, and I guess what were your thoughts on his play in particular?
Really playing to the nature of our guys, and I thought Kenny did a really nice job of adjusting to let them have more opportunities to see if they could create problems. By sending them and doing the things that we did, and Bobby was phenomenal today. I mean, he had a couple sacks, but he had 3 or 4 other rushes too, where he was a factor and bothered the quarterback. So, I think Bobby, he's a great leader, and he never said anything to this team that he wouldn't ask of himself, and he came through in a great way, and it just kind of solidified what a stud leader that he is.
Curtis.
Yeah, Pete, for DJ Reed to come up for you today and come up with a pick, and with all your cornerback injuries that you had, how critical was that, and your thoughts on his first game for you?
Well, I've been real excited about him. I really liked the film, in evaluating him, when we first acquired him, and been hoping for him to be able to do some stuff, because he's a really active football player. He had great quickness and really good instincts and all that. He had a chance for a sack and a couple other things too. He had some nice other plays as well. So I'm really not surprised that he played well. I'm thrilled that we got him. John figured it out a while back that he would be a good guy to add on, and we might need him down the stretch and wherever. And as he turned up now, and just the timing was perfect, with Hugo being hurt, and so he did a good job. And the competition at that spot's going to be just like we like it.
Tim.
Pete, we obviously saw the touchdown from DK in the first half on the catch and run across the middle. I guess what else about his game sort of just jumped out at you about his performance today?
Yeah, a lot. He's just so freaking tough. And whether he's blocking guys or whether he's catching the ball or whether they smack him and the ball arrives and he's standing over those guys, when they fall off of him. When he caught the ball on the crossing route, I started screaming that they weren't going to get him, right from, like when he was way over there, because he's just too fast. And he just circled the whole defense and put it in the end zone. I don't even think they touched him. It was a great play. we're so lucky to have him and have him grown and emerging as such a dominant football player. He's really something.
Joe?
Pete, was the thought to blitz more, especially bringing multiple guys? Was that an adjustment from last week, or did it an example of maybe their lack of vertical passing game made that an opportunity for you?
Game plan. It's really just a game plan this week.
And then just maybe, sorry, and then just to follow up on that, how you feel about how the game plan was executed. Seems like guys were getting home regularly.
Yeah, I thought it added to everything. I thought the pressure that we threw at him helped everybody, and we just decided to take a little turn, and obviously there's some stuff trying to figure some things out to get better, and we just put it on the fellas. We have a great attitude group, and they want to play tough and physical and go after it, and we just look for opportunities to make sure and show those guys. And with Jamal coming back next week, it's going to happen some more, and you'll see that happen as we enter him back in.
Masvidal?
Yeah, Pete, how much does it change for a defense when you get a quarterback change like that, especially in the fourth quarter? Does it change?
I made a real clear statement that let's not let it change us. Let's just keep going, stay aggressive, and which we threw a lot of stuff at him down the stretch there. We didn't execute as well as we needed to. We missed, those when you pressure, you got to do things right, and we missed a couple things, and you missed some contain and some opportunities that we'll get better at. But you got to give Moses a good job. He came in there and was hot, threw a couple great balls.
Bob?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Just for instance, the ball that he hits 85 on at the sidelines, that was extraordinarily good throw and catch. And he got smacked as well, and he hung on to the ball really tough. The ball he threw down the middle was a big-time play as well. I mean, I could see why they put him in. He's a good player.
Go ahead.
Steven Sullivan, you make him active yesterday, and then he comes in. I think the first play of the game, he was in on a tackle. Just sort of that whole thing, making him active, and then what you saw to him today.
Stefan, I was really fired up that he got a chance to go. Benson couldn't quite get that ankle going today, and we thought that might happen. So we had Sully working all week long in the spot so that he could be ready to go. I don't know how he did. I can't wait to see his film. He's such a good athlete, and he was willing to change from playing tight end to go to rush the passer in the middle of his rookie season, And it's just a great team move that he made because we needed his help. And today he got to play. I don't know what he did. I can't tell you. I didn't catch him. I know he made a tackle on the first play, but just to do that is a cool thing, and just for him to be out there. But we needed him. We ran out of guys, and so that's why this game is a very inspirational game in our locker room, because a lot of guys had to step up so that we could go, and then we went out and played well too. So that's a lot to ask guys, but they came through. Sully was one of those guys. And, I didn't say anything about it. I should have mentioned this. I thought that the offensive line against those guys did a great job today. Pass protection-wise, giving Russ a chance to do the stuff that he needed to do. The run game was it wasn't asked to do a lot today, but in the pass protection game, and they knew they had to pass pro, I thought it was a really good job executed by those big guys, and really fired up about that. Our offensive line is better than we've been. This is better than we've been in recent years, and this is a chance for us to continue to get better. We're not even halfway through the season yet, with these guys, so it's very encouraging.
Greg?
Pete, can you walk us through the balancing act you have on, I know it's opponent dependent, but on how much to blitz and what is it specific about this defense that maybe makes you pause sometime not to blitz more, but then blitz some other times?
Well, it depends, it depends on matchups. It depends on game matchups, the style of the team, and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of things that go into it. However, remember where we started the season. Remember, I don't know this is right. Somebody told me, maybe one of you guys told me, that Jamal had pressured like 10 times in the first two games each, Well, that's where we started. So he got closer this week. He was getting ready to come on back out, and just wanted to make sure that we're giving our guys a chance to play the way they want to play and play aggressive and all. We had we've been reeling a little bit with the guys coming in and out, and so we've been waiting, and so now I think we can really push to get better and really push down the stretch here. Again, we're not even halfway points is coming up, I have all the expectations in the world that we're going to really be able to complement what this offense is doing and make us tough to beat.
Brady?
Pete, what kind of luxury is it to have two top flight wide receivers who can take a game over the way Tyler did last week and the way DK did today?
Yeah, we're so fortunate, and those guys are awesome about it. What did Tyler get today? He a couple or something? I don't even know what his numbers were. But imagine, he got 20 targets last week, and then we come back this week, it goes the other way, and everybody's fine about it, and everybody just takes what comes their way. Personality, 4? Yeah. He had 4 catches. We're very fortunate, and they're both so unique. I wish so much that Russ would have hooked up with the one with Tyler, the bomb in the corner of the end zone. Yes, that's so close. As hard as that catch looked like that could have happened, it was just a hair out of bounds, and we didn't convert it. But that would have been really something to tack that onto this game for all those guys.
You said you expect Jamal back next week. Just want to make sure I heard that right. And then was Chris Carson close to going today at all?
He didn't make it back for this one. He couldn't get going. So I don't know what that means for next week. I can't tell you. We'll just have to take it one day at a time. Had Jamal not gotten sick this week, he got something happening at I don't know what it was, but he got the flu or something like that. He missed Wednesday and Thursday because of it. And so we were hoping he could make it back this week, but he didn't get a chance to practice enough. And so he's ready to go. He's ready to go, and we got to make it through. We'll take it one day at a time next week. But I got to tell you, he's really excited and pumped up about it, as well as the rest of us, and we just want to get him back out there. He's such an extraordinary individual. The competitiveness that he brings is going to be really fun to see on the field again.
Art?
Thanks.
Pete, you guys took away, Niners only had 116 yards at halftime. You took away the run game. What was crucial in stopping the run?
I thought the guys played them well. I thought they played their schemes and their principles. The only times they got any runs on us at all, we were pressuring, and we got in difficult situations for us. Sometimes it makes it hard for you when you're coming, depending on how it works. And they popped a couple on us there, but boy, our guys played great against all the running game. And this is a high-powered. They didn't have all their guys too. I know that. Tevin went out, but schematically and technically, we played the game really well, and so it was really good. Oh, that's sweet. Wait till you see DK.
Pete, I know you need to watch the film, but what are your initial thoughts on Alton Robinson?
This is I can't wait to see the film, because Alton was right in the face of a bunch of their wide running game, and so and he's playing against the best tight end in football, and I was wondering what was going to happen on this one. Between he and Jusic coming out there and the combo blocking the edge, I can't wait to see what it looks like. I don't have a good feel for that right now, but they didn't run the ball on the edge and get outside of him much. And so he did a good job in general, but I don't know about the specifics. But this is as good a test as a guy playing his position can play in the running game, because that's how good these guys are. So it's a real tribute to them. So he did okay. I mean, they got 50 yards rushing. That's pretty sweet.
Last question for Pete. Larry?
Pete, given all the injuries you had on both sides of the ball, what does that say about kind of the character of this team to overcome that?
I missed the start of it.
Given the injuries on both sides of the ball, what does it say about the character of the team to rise up?
Let me back up. I was thinking of DK's introduction coming up here. So I was a little screwed up. So, okay, start all over again.
Okay. Given the injuries on both sides of the ball, what does it say about the character of the team?
Yeah, it is a statement, and that's why I went into this week just. That's why I was talking to him about it. Was a week of inspiration. Who's going to be able to pull it through and come back and uphold their end of it, to step in and all that. And I think it says a tremendous amount that it didn't matter who was playing. And the guys just stepped up and did their job and busted their tails to get it done. And we love seeing that's the first thing we talked about in the locker room in getting this game, on our side. So I was really, really excited about that. I think it says a lot. It was a good illustration. Let yourself go. Baby, don't you weep. Let's bring him out, the hardest working man in show business, DK Metcalf.
Very